Good day guys, welcome to Boertjie en Oz. Welkom hier so by Boertjie en Oz. Dankie vir al julle shares en julle comments. Waardeer dit baie. I'm just going to share this video with you guys. Early morning for us here again. We're just going to start filling seed and refilling fertilizer to start the day sowing. We finished late last night and now we need to refill. Bit dark still, so I'm taking out this auger. So the auger is set up and the trucks started, the trucks getting to line them up. Just gonna start the tractor so it can warm up a bit before start loading.
A joke. Beijing will impose a 125% levy on America.
Checking that fertilizer truck has been set up. I'm just gonna open it up and then start filling it. Well, there you go, fertilizer and seeds filled up, all ready to go. And just to give you guys an idea, I did this in half an hour, because we know that, you know, time and efficiency and all that goes together. We're ready to go. So I just want to show you guys how I set up for a new paddock on the software on the New Holland. So basically that's all the history of the farm, and I'm just searching for the paddock that we want to sow, and well, that's just busy loading. And then add the new season for sowing that paddock. Sorry, I do this while I still gotta navigate my way through the fields here. That's loaded, and last year we did canola, so I've got to change it to, we're doing multi-purpose wheat this year, grazing wheat, and select that. Be winter wheat. There we go. That's all selected, and I go to the map, GPS map, waiting for it to load. Then I search for the previous AB lines, so basically the lines that I start off when sewing it. That's been set up, ready to go. Now I gotta set up my grain cart for seeding. Starting a new paddock on it, refilling the bins that I just did. Bins are being refilled. Start a new job. That's been set up. There we go. Everything set up, ready to start sewing. So I just want to show you guys switching on my fan with hydraulically, and there it shows on the fan is running. What I do is, just before I start sewing, just gonna turn this handle. It activates the seeder and the fertilizer bin manually, and then I'm just checking that all my chutes, you know, if it's open. So I'm just, that's the fertilizer, that's the seed there. So I'm just checking all of them to make sure they're open and ready for sowing. Well, there you go, busy sowing. Just want to show you got my coffee here, and I got my lunch box here with my snacks and everything for the day, and I'm ready for another at least 12 to 13 hours sowing for the day, and then we'll most probably be done with this farm. This block is about just more than 900 hectares. So if we get a good day sowing in today, we must probably be done with this one and then move to the next one. Well, yeah guys, that was my morning routine when sowing, and I'll just share you the experience that, you know, for me and for other people. And a lot of people would say, you know, they can't afford it, and yes, some people most probably wouldn't be able to afford it, but for others, for other people, it is affordable, in a sense that I know of a lot of people, you know, if you do it in stages, sorting out, because you gotta basically what is it, a 5 to a year, 12-month period, you know, to budget for this, and doing it in stages isn't that bad. Your biggest cost involved is your flight tickets, as you can see, and the container. If you're going to use a container, you know, that's the most expensive of all. I know of a lot of people that just came over with 2 bags and $1,000 in their pocket, and they made it work for them. And so it is possible. And a lot of people, you know, they do it on their credit card, cards, and they do it on maybe basically on a personal loan, and you can pay it back in a short amount of time. And I'm still paying back a personal loan that I've had in South Africa, and I'm able to pay it off pretty quicker than possible when I would have when I stayed in South Africa. And we were fortunate that my employer, and that is basically the thing that you got to discuss on the phone before you sign your contract is we worked that out, that we're going to need a car or a vehicle or something, transportation for the kids, for the wife, for daily commuting, and so just to be able to have more cash in hand to to get settled in Australia. So I had an agreement with my employer he basically bought us a car on an auction. There's a few auctions in Australia, like Gray's auction. You can go on Gray's, Pickles auction, where you can purchase vehicles that's not too bad. We bought a Santa Fe 2019 model with 140,000 kilometers on it for $25,000, and I was able to pay it off in 2 years' time. And my container, the movement of my container, my employer had agreed to finance half of the container, so I only had to pay half of it, and I worked it off basically in a year's time in Australia, so that we were able to have more cash in hand. And so there is ways that you can try and get past the cost of immigrating. And I just want to make another point that I was lucky with the package I've got on a farm for accommodation and all the privileges that I have for staying on a farm, that people that would stay in town or stay in Sydney, they wouldn't have that. They got to pay their, you have to pay rent, you have to pay all that, and basically that we have the advantage on the farm, and that makes it a bit easier. But so negotiating your package is important before you sign it, and to make sure that you will be able to sort of make a living wherever you are. And it's easier in rural areas. It's a lot cheaper in rural areas than in Sydney or the bigger cities. And most of the jobs on the Dharma the Dharma visas is in regional areas that is a bit isolated, and that actually makes it a good thing for us, because it's a lot cheaper. In the rural areas it can get lonesome depending where you are, and you gotta sort of try and mingle with the locals and try to learn how they the culture. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. That's basically for me, and if you enjoyed it, please share with others, and that I discussed if there's any